YouTube, ça dit quoi les gars, c'est Mr. Perez, j'espère que vous allez bien. Moi ça va super, on se retrouve pour une nouvelle vidéo de Mikey James, de Shaq de NBA Scout. Donc il vient juste de choquer les scouts NBA. Pour ceux qui ne connaissent pas Mikey James, Mikey Williams. Je ne sais pas où vous étiez sur les 10 dernières années, surtout ceux qui suivent High School. C'est l'un des premiers joueurs, je crois, à avoir signé un contrat avec une marque de chaussures alors qu'il était au lycée. Et voilà, il a fait une petite descente aux enfers depuis parce que il a fait des conneries de conneries d'américains, quoi, de faire le mec de la street alors que t'es pas un mec de la street, alors que t'es né riche, etc. Il a fait des conneries, quoi. Des conneries, et voilà ce qu'il se retrouve maintenant en Ncaa. Et on va voir ce qu'il a fait pour son premier gros match.
You can hear the clapping in the back. That boy Mikey Williams, man. I think it's official, man. I think that boy Mikey Williams, I think he understands it now. I don't think you guys understand how cool this is to see. And I know there's already people clowning Mikey and saying he's still overrated and saying it's only 14 points, this, and that. Guys, this is a huge step in the right direction for a player like Mikey Williams. I mean, considering what he's been through for the past year, we're not even going to talk about the stuff off the court. We're simply talking about on the court. Originally committing to Memphis and then transferring to UCF. Couldn't play basketball for a few months. He worked hard. He was in the gym every day. He was grinding. Was really looking forward to starting the season strong. And then unfortunately, he had a foot injury and was out for, I believe, 10 or so games. And didn't get to play the first few portions of the season, which really sidelined him and really didn't allow him to get a fresh start like how everybody imagined.
Après ça va, je crois que c'est un freshman encore, donc
and then he's not really seeing minutes out there on the floor. I think he's only averaging like less than 10 minutes a game. And then when you also factor in that this is the first time Mikey Williams has really played competitive basketball in damn near 2 years. The last time he was really playing meaningful basketball was really whenever he was in high school, because he didn't even get to play in college. So going from high school and transitioning into a collegiate program like UCF that's in a conference where they play teams like Kansas, Iowa State, teams that are actually ranked, teams that are actually going to compete, you know, in that March Madness.
Il a raison, enfin, Mike Williams, bon, il a fait beaucoup de conneries, on va pas se mentir, hein. Il en a fait. Mais c'est jamais fini. Ça qui est bien avec les States, c'est que tu as 4 ans en NCAA, donc peu importe, là il a eu des problèmes sur les 2 dernières années, avec Memphis, avec son transfert, etc. Mais il aura quand même une opportunité, hein, de get better, et genre, là il va être en NCAA pendant 2-3 ans peut-être, et peut-être qu'il aura une chance d'aller en NBA, même si ça m'étonnerait, parce que je pense que son profil, moi, de arrière de petite taille et tout, je pense pas que tu peux t'inventer meneur à partir d'un certain âge, tu vois. Tu peux pas arriver à 20 ans, 21 ans et commencer à vouloir jouer en meneur, tu vois, parce qu'en NCAA, ils ont pas le temps, donc ils vont te faire jouer à la position où tu es le plus efficace, tu vois. À l'heure actuelle, les plus efficaces au poste 2, mais pour la NBA, ça le prépare pas de la bonne manière, tu vois. Il aurait dû, dès high school, commencer à jouer plus poste 1. Chose qu'il n'a pas fait.
This tournament, it's really going to be hard for a player to just get used to the college system, get used to the physicality of the game, the pace. It's so much different and people don't really understand that. And so for Mikey Williams to finally have that breakout game, to drop 14 points, shoot 50% from the field, to me, like I said, this is baby steps. This is a step in the right direction. I really don't know why people are even clowning him. I mean, I saw some tweets on Twitter, people saying what happened to him.
2K commercial,
2K commercials and all that. I saw somebody else said that he's been 18 for 18 years, 14 points and a 12-point loss. Like, people are always gonna have something negative to say. And I actually recently just dropped the video.
Il a raison, tout le monde, les gens auront toujours quelque chose de mauvais à dire. Et ça, c'est... Peu importe ce que tu fais dans la vie, les gens auront toujours quelque chose de négatif à faire, tu vois. Et moi, ce que je dis, c'est que les gens qui commentent, qui se moquent de lui, par exemple, c'est les mecs qui sont derrière leur écran, derrière leur PC, derrière leur téléphone, qui, eux, font rien de leur vie pendant que lui, il y va, il essaye, même s'il échoue, il essaye. Voilà, qu'il réussisse ou qu'il réussisse pas, au moins lui, il aura essayé, il aura fait ses trucs, il aura fait ses bails. Et voilà, tu vois, ça aurait été bien. Pendant que les autres vont se moquer de lui, ils vont dire si, ça. Au final, lui, il vit sa vie, hein.
Video about Mikey, not even like, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, and there were so much people defending Mikey Williams and still having hope. So if you actually watch that video, you would know that that's not a negative video towards Mikey Williams. But to see all these supporters still in support for Mikey Williams, it's really cool to see. Guys, we're on the road to 50,000 subscribers. I really would appreciate it if you just hit that subscribe button, leave a like, do all that. Let's take a step back and really dissect this Mikey Williams quote-unquote breakout moment. Now, Mikey Williams and the UCF Knights, they played against a top 10 team in their conference, Iowa State, who's, I believe they're actually the #1 team at a point during the season, but it's been looking a little shaky as of late. And this is the first time that Mikey Williams actually played over 20 minutes in a game this season. I mean, you can look at the other games that he's been playing so far this season.
Ok, donc c'est le premier match où il joue plus de 20 minutes.
3 minutes.
C'est quoi ses stats? 14 points, 8 points, 0 points, 2 points, 0 points, 7 points, 2 points, 4 points, 9 points, 2 points, 2 points, 2 points. Ouais, de toute façon, il shoot pas beaucoup. Hein. Bah, c'est le seul match où il a pris plus de 10 tirs. Sinon, il prend toujours en dessous de 10 tirs, 1, 4 tirs, 2 tirs, 1, 3 tirs, 0 tirs. Ouais, ouais non, c'est tough. Hein. Tu passes de go-to-guy à la role-player. C'est tough. Surtout quand tu arrives en freshman ou les trucs comme ça. Genre, tu vas pas beaucoup jouer, tu vois. Tu vas pas beaucoup jouer.
Game, 5 minutes in the game. His career high in minutes before that was 18 minutes in the game. So from that perspective, how can you really expect to develop as a player if you're not really seeing minutes, especially on a consistent basis? I mean, the games before this, 6 minutes a game, 6 minutes in one game, 6 minutes against Baylor, 4 minutes against Cincinnati, 7 minutes against Kansas. Like, as a player in that position who's coming off an injury, who's just now entering into the collegiate system, who's not really seeing consistent minutes on the floor, it's going to really be hard for him to develop and just getting used to the college system. So for me, whenever I see the coaches actually giving Mikey Williams a chance and to play him as high as 28 minutes in a basketball game, and he actually delivers, scoring 14 points in that game, 50% from the field, it's actually really cool to see. I believe the coach actually made some comments as well.
He's earned them. You know me, you get what you earn. Though can't say of one your experience playing time. I've been watching how he's been practicing, and I've been watching him in the game we have been playing recently, and you can see he's started to come on. It's kind of what we saw with Mustafa Thiam. It's a process, and it's the same thing with Mikey. Donc, il a dit il commence à mériter les minutes. Lui, c'est comme ça. Il te donne ce que tu mérites. Ça, c'est le coach qui parle. Donc, il a dit, il le voit, il a remarqué la manière dont il s'entraîne et la manière dont il joue dans les matchs qu'ils ont joués récemment. Et tu peux voir que Mikey commence à se développer. C'est un peu comme Mustafa Thiam, un joueur qui
after the game, he said that Mike Williams, he earned those minutes. He said that I've been watching how he's been practicing, and I've been watching him in the games we've been playing recently, and you can see that he's starting to come on. It's kind of what we saw with Mustafa Thiam. It's a process, and it's the same thing for Mikey Williams. So whenever I see a comment like this, especially from the coach after a performance like this for Mikey, like I said, this is a step in the right direction.
Facts.
And now he's getting the coach to believe in him. Now we're going to probably start seeing, you know, Mikey get more opportunities.
Ouais, je pense qu'à partir de maintenant, on va commencer à le voir plus
and this
jouer.
should allow him to develop a lot faster to where he can essentially get more minutes. And all Mikey Williams has to do is just simply lock in, take advantage of those minutes, show that he can be a playmaker, show that he can be a consistent shooter out there, especially from three, showcase his IQ. And I promise you, Mikey Williams will continue to step foot in the right direction, which is ultimately to make it to the NBA. So hopefully if Mike Williams can continue this trajectory, I know it's just one game, but like I said, we got to talk about it because a lot of people talk about Mikey whenever he's having bad games, whenever he's not playing, saying he's trash, saying he's this. Like I said, we saw the comments. I mean, you just go on Twitter, people are going to say so much. They say so much. They always have something negative to say. Somebody said,
on dirait Mikey, frère, on dirait Mikey, il a tué un membre de leur famille. Des fois, il y a des gens, je les comprends. Je les comprends pas, frère. Comment tu fais pour détester quelqu'un autant? Comment tu fais pour autant détester quelqu'un alors que tu peux tout simplement, dès que tu vois un truc de Mikey, tout simplement passer? Pourquoi tu détestes autant? Moi, c'est ça que je comprends. Je comprendrai jamais les gens qui regardent les gens qui détestent. Genre, moi, je regarde pas les vidéos des gens que j'aime pas. Enfin, de toute façon, il n'y a même pas de gens, il y a même pas de personnes que j'aime pas personnellement. Mais je comprends pas. Genre, si t'aimes pas un truc, tu regardes pas. Genre, pourquoi tu vas sur Twitter, tu vas commenter? Pourquoi tu vas aller commentaires YouTube? Pourquoi tu vas aller... Si t'aimes pas, genre passe. Arrête de regarder quelque chose que t'aimes pas. Genre, c'est pas logique, genre, je comprends pas. J'arrive pas à comprendre votre logique.
Bro is washed, career high. In what league is that? 14 points being a career high is butt cheeks. I mean, I feel like I can go on and on and on, but you guys really get the gist. Like, a lot of people are going to hate on Mikey Williams, so whenever he has a moment like this that is super positive, we got to shed light on it because not a lot of people are going to be talking about it. Now, hopefully, Mikey Williams and UCF can continue to take the step in the right direction. Like I said, I know this is only one game, but this has to be the start for that redemption year that we initially talked about with Mikey Williams.
Ouais, après,
People are going.
Moi, je souhaite qu'il réussisse. Hein. Franchement, je vais pas dire que autre chose, mais je souhaite vraiment qu'il réussisse. Après, voilà, hein. C'est comme ça. Hein.
And he can continue to develop. If he can just find a program where he can do that on a consistent basis, I truly believe that Mikey Williams is a good enough shooter. He's a good enough point guard. He's a good enough playmaker. His IQ is there that he can showcase that he can potentially get to the NBA. I'm telling you right now, let's stamp this video. I really want to see this man eat.
NBA,
I know a lot
je
of
sais
people
pas,
out there want
mais
to
en
see
tout
him
cas,
eat
je sais
too.
que
So
en tout cas, ça peut
it's
être
time
un
to
très
prove the haters
bon.
wrong, man. But guys,
Ça peut,
subscribe to the channel.
ça peut être un très bon joueur de college au moins. Après NBA, ça je sais pas parce qu'NBA c'est tough, mais en tout cas en college, ça peut être un très bon joueur de college. Ok, guys, I'm out of here.